How we doing, everybody? Everybody doing good? All right, so if you can hear me, go ahead and put your hand up in the air right now. Beautiful. So if I say the word ears, right? If I say word ears, you're going to say the word open. Anybody want to guess what that means? That means your ears are open and you are listening. Okay, I have a microphone, so you're probably listening right now, but it's fun to do anyway. Are you ready? Ears open. I've been coaching for a very long time, and I've been very fortunate to be a part of some really great situations. I can tell you, without a doubt, and this is not because you're sitting in front of me, this is the God's honest truth, I have never been in a better situation than I am right now because of everything that Adam just said about SwimRVA. The mission that we have with this program is exceptional. It goes far beyond being a fast swimmer, far beyond being a rapid swimmer, because your presence on the team, while it helps you become a more fulfilled individual and grow up to be a successful adult, your presence is actually helping change the lives of everybody else in the community. My top priority in swimming and coaching is to change and affect the largest number of people in their lives as possible in the most profound way. And the only way to do that is to have an organization that allows me to reach a lot of swimmers. But having a lot of swimmers is not enough. There are plenty of programs out there, including in the Richmond area, that have a lot of swimmers. My goal is to go beyond that. I want to have a very personal relationship with the swimmers, with the parents. I want each one of our coaches to have a personal relationship with the swimmers and with the parents. Because once you understand that we truly care about you as a person first, and as a swimmer second, then and only then are you going to believe in what we're doing, and we're going to have the ability to have a very profound impact on your child. So you're not going to be a number, you're going to be a person. You're not going to be a part of a swim team, you're going to be a part of a family. Doesn't matter how many swimmers we get, we'll continue to add like-minded coaches just like these wonderful crew up here, and this wonderful crew down here, and all the ones you can see on the website. We got a lot of really great coaches, and you guys are going to love it. Now, the beautiful thing is, like Adam said, you can do it at your own pace, right? We're not going to require you to sign a contract for a whole year. We're not going to have some really large registration fee that makes it impossible to get started. We're not going to have fundraising requirements. We will have opportunities for you, but not requirements. We're not going to require you to give up all of your free time to volunteer. The only volunteering that's going to be out there is if you go to a swim meet. We have to provide timers, so we will ask you to help out with that, and that's it. If you want to come to practice once a week, come to practice once a week. If you want to come 6 times a week, and you want to, be the greatest swimmer in the state, go for it, because we have swimmers like that. Okay, so we want it to be at your pace, but more importantly, we want it to be a lot of fun. My very first day on the job with SwimRVA, like the first time I was able to wear this shirt, was the open house. And it was like this. We filled up the stands, and I had 2 other coaches, and we realized instantly that we were on to something, because we wanted to do things a little bit differently than what's been done in Richmond before. So we ended up adding a lot of coaches, and we went from 0, we're already up to 11, we might need to add a couple more, but we have gone from 3 total coaches to 3 full-time coaches already. One of them is Chris Bushelman. Everybody say hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Chris is our head senior assistant coach. And he and I coached together in Raleigh for a couple of great years with the Yoda Swim Team, which is one of the premier organizations in the country. So I can brag on Chris a little bit because he won't do it himself. But Chris we realized very quickly that at the senior level we had a very high need to continue to offer more higher level training. And so Chris has been fortunate to coach some very good athletes. In spite of the fact that he's coached the highest level athletes possible, and I'll tell you about that in a second, I can tell you from working with him that he loves coaching every single person. And that's my favorite part about Chris. It's not the fastest kids. He can make you fast, but if you want to get good and you want to listen, it doesn't matter if you're the best swimmer in the pool or not. We're interested in helping you get great, and Chris is good. If anybody followed the World Championships that have just finished up in South Korea, there's a young man named Zach Apple who is now a world record holder on the relay and world champion. I'll give you one guess as to which coach developed him through high school. That's not the only one. There's plenty of others I can brag about, but that's a really cool thing to say, hey, by the way, I coached in a world champion. That's kind of cool. Another really amazing coach we have, her name is Jessica Laird. She is our head developmental coach, so she's our other full-time coach. The program got so great that we realized that I did not have the time and ability to be the #1 coach for every single group. It was impossible. So I hired Jessica to come on and be our main age group coach, but she also oversees the novice and advanced novice group, and we have weekly meetings to discuss that, but she gets to use her brain and come up with some really awesome stuff. All right, so one other coach, and then we'll just spend the rest of the time giving you a chance to ask some questions before we rotate through. If you don't have your questions answered, of course, I'll stick around as long as you need to afterwards. This is a really special coach that I have wanted up here. We don't want to bring every coach up here because some have a job to do right now. But this is Coach Steve Madej. Everybody say hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. Very unique situation because we actually met on the pool deck at a summer league meet last summer and hit it off as just really friends first. And he's got two wonderful girls who swim on the team, and he started as a father. And once we had the open house, we realized, oh man, we need a lot more coaches. We put the word out and he said, I'd be interested. And whenever you have a parent who wants to become a coach, that could be a tricky transition. Not for Steve. You'll learn very quickly. He is one of the most amazing human beings you'll ever met. The thing that has made SwimRVA and the Rapids so special and beyond anything I've ever done over the years is because the city of Richmond itself is a very unique place in the country. I think if you're a swimming nerd like us, you can make the argument that it's one of the top 3 or 4 greatest swimming cities in the entire country. You may not know that, but it is. We have thousands and thousands of summer league swimmers in this area who are not swimming year-round. I realized that when I moved back to Richmond and got married to my beautiful wife who lived here before. When I moved back, I realized there's something that's missing because there was this perception that in order to be a year-round swimmer, you had to be really, really fast, or you had to pay a whole lot of money, or it had to be really, really intense, and you had to be super, super dedicated, right? Because that's what was out there. But in reality, that's not what year-round swimming's like. That's just what it was like in Richmond for a long time. Well, not anymore. Year-round swimming is what you want it to be. That's what's so great about our program. If you want to swim for 3 or 4 months and then you need to take a break because you got something else going on and you want to come back a couple months later, do it. If you want to come every single practice and you just can't get enough of it, it's like eating cake for you. And you want it more, come to every practice. You're not going to get burned out. You're going to get great. And you can be one of the best swimmers in the state, or the country for that matter. If you want to find balance, and you want to swim twice a week or 3 times a week, but you want to continue your piano lessons, or you've got siblings who have soccer and your parents can't get you to practice every day, it's okay. It's whatever you want it to be. All we ask, we have 3 non-negotiables. 1, when you're here, you treat others with respect and kindness. That's #1 priority for us. Because we are developing great individuals, not swimmers. swimming fast is a nice benefit of what we're doing, but our top priority is developing great individuals. So treat others with respect and kindness. 2 is be honest. Be honest with yourself, be honest with your teammates, be honest with your parents about how hard you're working, how often you're coming, what your goals are. You don't want to tell me you want to go to Olympic trials and then swim once a week. That's not being honest with yourself, right? And the third thing is give your absolute best every time you're here. And that's not just trying hard in the pool. That means giving your best by being a great teammate, making friends, trying your hardest in the practice, lifting others up. So whether you are the person who wants to be the best and you're going to be here every day and you want to work hard, or you're the person who wants to have a nice activity to do and you may or may not swim in the meets, when you're there, everybody is together on the same page. Does anybody have any questions for me before that crew comes on up?
What is the benchmark for the novice? Like, do they need to be able to swim a 25 at each stroke?
Yes, so for the novice group, to get into the novice group, so we have 5 groups: novice, advanced novice, age group, junior group, senior group. We do that on purpose because there's a wide range of age and a wide range of ability in each group. But the groups are based off of ability as the primary source. Novice group, to get on the team, you need to be able to swim 25 free and 25 back pretty comfortably, because they will at some point be swimming 50s. You need to have a legal breaststroke kick, because the breaststroke kick is the toughest thing. If you can do the kick, we can teach the stroke really quickly. If you can't do the kick, in that awesome warm pool over there is our swim school that goes all the way up through level 7, and they focus on that. So you can do that and graduate and come right into the swim team. We do have swimmers who can do butterfly, but it all depends. If you're strong in all 4 strokes, but you're younger and still developing, that would be the advanced novice group. If you're an age group, junior, senior, we could probably place you based on your best times, your age, from your previous meets. If you've never swam in a meet, but you're older and you're not sure, find me. We'll set up an evaluation or we'll talk it through.
Realistically, with the staff you have right now, can you accommodate this many swimmers?
I knew you were going to say that. Not you personally, but I knew people would. So I got the exact same question a year ago when we had 3 people on staff and we had the same turnout, and we added to it. So yes, the reason why we have the space with the staff that we have right now, depending on how many people sign up, I'm prepared to add another 2 or 3 part-time coaches and maybe another year-round if we need to. But it all has everything to do with what the sign-ups are. But we have a lot of space, and we have 3 completely separate time slots. So it's not like, if we have 400 kids, it's not like all 400 kids are going to be in the water at the same time. They're going to be spread out, plus not every kid comes every day. So once you get to know me, you know I'm a numbers guy, and I have crunched the numbers like crazy. My 2 priorities are making sure the coach-to-swimmer ratio stays really good so that we can continue to offer a very high-quality product. I'll save you the suspense. Not everybody here agrees with what that number is, but I've been coaching 21 years, and I have a really good understanding, and I hope you agree with it. My second priority is making sure that we can continue to provide that personal touch that I talk about. So we base our numbers off of that, coaching-wise.
How many kids are on the team right now?
I think we registered, I think we're about 250 right now. I know we would have loved to answer more questions. That's my fault for talking too much. I'll stay till 9 o'clock if you need me to, or our coaches were. If worst case scenario, if you need, make sure on the way you checked in, you can get a phone call, a text, or an email from us, and I'll reach back out to you, or come grab a card from me and you can contact me personally. Does that sound good? Here, you can take my card.
Appreciate it.
For asking a good question. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming.